Good evening, Bruins hockey fans. We're here at the Ice Ranch here in Littleton, Colorado, where your Lady Bruins will face off against the Chatfield Lady Chargers. These two teams squared off last weekend also. Chargers winning 1-0. Lady Bruins getting closer each time against this team. Last three games, a 1-goal, a 4-3 Charger win, a 1-1 tie at Ball Arena, and then a 1-0 Charger win last weekend. Chargers will be in the away black jerseys with the gray trim. Your Lady Bruins, the home team here tonight, will be in the white jerseys with the blue trim. We'll get 5 minutes of warm-ups out of the way, and then we'll begin here tonight from the Ice Ranch. All right, as the Lady Bruins come down the home stretch of the season here, I did get a chance to get a peek at the lines here earlier on the way to the game. So Coach Emma switching a couple items up here. I think trying to generate some goal scoring, a little bit more goal scoring depth, hopefully. As we wind down the season here with another 6 weeks left. So with about 6 weeks left in the season, Lady Bruins will have to go through this Chatfield team and both the Monarch Coyotes in order to try and win that bid to Nationals. The last weekend, I believe it's the last weekend in March. We'll see if the mountain that they can climb here this evening against the Chargers at Chatfield. All right, guys, puck's in the net. We're ready to get things underway here in just a moment. So the culmination of the season comes down to this. All right, warm-ups, formalities out of the way here. We're ready to get things going. So throughout the season, I think the one thing that we've seen when we've played this Charger team, they are very physical. And sometimes we've answered it, sometimes we haven't. But Lady Bruins will have to answer it here this evening. I expect nothing but a physical game out of this Charger team. And we'll get things underway here. As I said, lineups are going to shake up a little bit here, as I think Coach Emma looking for a little bit of scoring prowess. So we'll mix it up. Losowitz and Zaworski on the first line tonight. Losowitz, Zaworski, Gray, Jennings, and Gosner to start. And we're ready to get things underway here from the Ice Ranch. Losowitz to take the draw. Draw one there by the Chargers, but Gray pressures, gets control for a moment, comes back to Jennings. Jennings plays it cross ice up ahead to Zaworski. Taking off her stick, comes back into the zone by the Chargers. In on Bozier. Bozier kicks that one out and is picked up there by Gray. Gray turned over. And now Gray breaks it out. Gray hits the blue line. Has to take it off her stick. Gosner picks it up there. Gosner slides through one player. Has to take it off her stick, and it's on the stick of Gray now. Gray gets the blue line. Drops to Zaworski. Zaworski shot blacked down by a Charger defender on the way to the net. And puck will come back out to center ice. Picked up there by Jones. Jones plays it back to Jennings. Jennings up ahead. Jennings up ahead to Berger now. Back to the Bruins. Picked up there by Jones. Jones leaves there for Berger. Up ahead to McCormick. McCormick plays it into the zone. Berger comes in to pinch. Back to the line. Jones tries to play it down low. In the skates of McCormick and back out the center. And that's going to come all the way down. And that'll be our first icing of the game here. So in the face-off back into the Charger zone. Offensive zone draw here for your Lady Bruins. Zeng out there with McCormick and Berger, Jones and Wessel. Zeng to take the draw. One there by the Chargers. Played up the near boards. Back to the line. Held there by Jones. Berger picks it off for a moment. McCormick over skates. Chargers try and break it out. Jones plays it in. Picked off there. Jones has it now. Jones leaves it there for Wessel. Chargers pick it up there. Wessel battles up ahead to McCormick, out of her reach. Tip attempt wide of the net. Shot blocker to side by Bozier. And dug out there by Wessel. Wessel now. Wessel, she'll skate with it. Wessel hits the red line, gets to Berger. Berger tries to play it in deep. Picked off there by McDonald. McDonald gets the blue line. McDonald walks it in. McDonald. Power move to the net there by McDonald. McDonald's hauled down. We'll play on. McDonald now picks it up. McDonald walks the blue line. McDonald, nifty little stick move there. McDonald goes back to Osborne at the point. Osborne on her backhand, centers it out front. Puck's loose in front. DeFelice takes a whack at it. I don't know. We'll see. And it looks like Leeser's going to go to the box for that cross-check in front of the net. So Bruins to the penalty kill here. 12 minutes, 3 minutes into this first period. Bruins to the penalty kill. McDonald, Brewer are out there with Gray and McCormick. Gray to take the draw. Tied up there. One there by the Chargers, and McDonald breaks out with it. McDonald comes down the wing, loses an edge, plays it in deep. McCormick in on the forecheck. Up the far boards there. McCormick digs it out in the skates of McDonald. McCormick battles, leaves there for Brewer. Brewer tries to chip it back into the zone. That hits a body. And now it's played back into the Bruins zone. Chargers shot on goal and a glove save by Bozier here. 11:29, minute 29 here to go, and the penalty to Leeser. Face-off will be the left of Bozier. This time it'll be Zeng out there with Zaworski, Gosner, and Jennings. Zeng to take the draw. Played around behind the net. Jennings ties up. Puck pops loose in front. And now out to the line. Shot wide of the net. Picked off there by Jennings. Jennings fans on the clear attempt. Puck pops loose in the slot. Over the stick of Zaworski. Chargers able to maintain possession here. Shot towards the net. Tip attempt wide. Bruins clear it. And Bozier will hold and cover. So Bruins weathering the early storm on this power play here by the Chargers. Face-off will be the right of Bozier here. 57 seconds to go. Gosner, Jennings will stay out there. Zing and Zaworski. Draw one there by the Chargers. They turn it over though. Picked off by Gosner. Gosner tries to go off the glass. And now Gosner plays it to the point. Held in there by the Chargers. Chargers work it down low. Goal line extended. Gosner ties a player up there. Gosner able to dig it out. Picked off there by the Chargers. Centered out front. Jennings plays it to the line, and now Zeng's able to clear it. 28 seconds here to go in the Bruin penalty kill. Played back into the zone. Jennings will go back there to pick it up. Jennings behind her own net. Takes it wide. Jennings off the boards and out. Goaltender comes out to play it, trying to catch the Bruins on a change here. McDonald picks it off and plays it back out. That should do it for the Charger power play. Leeser's out of the box here. Picked off there by Leeser, fresh out of the box. And Chargers control at center. Wessel ties the player up. Leeser tries to play it into the zone. Picked off there. Wessel has it now. Wessel works it back. DeFelice shot wide of the net. Osborne in the corner, leaves out to the point to McDonald. McDonald works it to the middle. McDonald shot towards the net. That's off the pad of the goaltender, kicked out there. And puck comes back out to center. Leeser goes near side to Wessel. Wessel up ahead. Osborne picks it off there for a moment. In the skates of Osborne. Osborne will play it in. Novodorsky and DeFelice in on the forecheck. Chargers work it up the near side. Picked off there, Wessel. Wessel works it across to McDonald. McDonald goes up ahead to DeFelice. She stood up at the blue line. Letting the girls play here tonight. King on the forecheck. Puck up the boards. Chargers unable to clear. McDonald plays it down low. DeFelice will head off for a change. Looks like we got Arnold on the ice now. Picked off there by King. Held in for a moment by Wessel. Wessel has it now. Wessel at the blue line. Wessel shot wide of the net. Novodorski ties up there along the boards. Dug out by the Chargers. They'll spin away from trouble twice. And puck comes up the near boards. And it's going to go all the way down for an icing on the Chargers here. 8 minutes to go, first period. We'll bring out Losowitz, Zaworski, Gray on the back end. Losowitz to take the draw, back to the point, on the stick of Brewer. Chargers able to break it out, stolen there. Now they play it into the zone. Bruins will go back there to pick it up. Picked up there by Jones. Jones up ahead. Picked off there by the Chargers. Jones leaves behind for Brewer. Brewer up ahead. Centered out front. Picked off by Jones. Back to the point. Puck's loose in the slot. Would have been a weak one anyway, Ron. Brewer picks it up there, but I'm impartial. And Chargers play it back into the Bruins zone. Picked up there by Brewer. Up ahead, out to center. Picked off there by the Chargers. Chargers look to bring it in the zone. Brewer gets a stick on it, and Bozier will hold and cover. All right, one there by the Bruins. Bruins up ahead. McCormick with a head of steam. McCormick drops to Gosser. Shot towards the net. And apparently the Wi-Fi here sucks again. So we'll do our best. Brought into the Bruins zone. Zeng ties a player up. Shot. Big save there by Bozier, standing her ground. Berger ties up with the player there. Played down low. Jennings up ahead. Off the stick of McCormick. Out to center. Gosner will regroup there. Gosner goes back to Jennings. Jennings up ahead off the stick of McCormick into the Charger zone. And played back into the Bruins zone here. Icing's waved off. Jennings up ahead. McDonald there leaves. Chargers pick it off though. Back to the line. Shot on net and a save by Bozier. Osborne to take the draw out there with Leeser. Brewer and McDonald and DeFelice. Puck wrapped around behind the net. Chargers walk it out front. Puck's in skates. Chargers come up with it though. Thrown towards the net. DeFelice, nice support there. They play it up. Not out though. Held in by the Chargers. Ooh. McDonald tries to glove that down. And picked off. Up to the line. Not out, and that goes off the netting. We'll get a face-off here in the Bruins zone. 5:04 to go. First period, still not at a 0. Osborne to take the draw. Shot towards the net, that goes just wide. Hard shot there by the Chargers. Puck goes around behind the net. McDonald picks it up there. McDonald leaves there, and DeFelice able to get the puck out. Chargers in the skates of Brewer. Out to center. Osborne will give chase with DeFelice, and it's picked off there by the Chargers. Puck's played into the zone by the Chargers. Off the glove of Bozier. Puck's loose in front. Dangerous opportunity there. This will be an icing on the Bruins here. Bring the face-off back in the zone. .417 here to go, first period. King to take the draw, one there by the Chargers. Played in on net. Jones plays it up the boards. Played around behind. Jones tries to leave far side for Wessel. Controlled there by the Chargers, though. Novodarski, King, Arnold out there now. Novodarski plays it back to the point. Shot goes wide. Played down low. Jones leaves there for Wessel. And Wessel will skate out with it. Wessel up ahead. Pass the stick of Novodarski. Back into the Bruins zone. Jones will pick it up there. Jones up ahead to Arnold. And Chargers keep control. Played back into the Bruins zone. Icing's waved off. Jones will pick it up there. Jones up ahead to Arnold. Good zone exit there for the Bruins. And played up back into the zone. Chargers look to enter it in. Wessel will go back there to pick it up. Wessel. And Wessel will skate with it now. Wessel up ahead to Arnold. Arnold chips it into the zone. Icing's waved off there. Bruins will get a change as Wessel in on the forecheck. Now she'll peel off. Head to the bench for a change. Chargers bring it into the zone. Saved by Bozier. Picked up there. Losowitz. Up ahead. Played down low. It's going to be picked up there by Gray. Gray up ahead out of the reach of Zaworski. Gosner goes cross ice, tries to go to Jennings. That's picked up now by Gray. Gray up ahead. That's going to be an icing as that goes through everybody. The face-off back into the Creek zone here. 2:18 to go. All right, Losowitz to take the draw. Chargers win it behind the net. Puck's loose. Chargers try and walk it out front. That's broken up by Jennings. Played up the near side. Weird bounce off the stanchions. That puck pops loose into the slot, and it's picked off there by Gray. Back to the point. Played down low. Gosner now. Gosner tries to leave there for Zaworski. Picked off by the Chargers. And Zaworski's able to kick it out to center. Zaworski on her horse now. Zaworski on her backhand. Fends a player off and is forced off the puck. Chargers are coming back the other way. Back check the Bruins, breaks that up. Gosner's hooked down there, but I think Gosner got away with a cross check or a high stick earlier. Saved, blocker to side by Bozier. Dug out by the Chargers. And puck comes back to the blue line. Shot, blocker to side by Bozier. Centered out front, wide of the net. Gosner plays it wide, and the Bruins are going to go back to the penalty kill here.
Her son is playing at the exact same time, so we're like, that's too confused.
Cross check. So Jennings in the box for a cross check. Zeng to take the draw. McDonald slaps at it, not able to clear. Puck's loose in the slot. Saved by Bozier, and she'll pull it in and cover. Stasia's mom before?
I think we've seen each other.
Okay. Zeng to take the draw, shot towards the net. Picked up there. McCormick played to the blue line, not out. Shot towards the net, knocked down, and now it comes out of the zone. That was close to being brought back in. Should have been whistled down, and McDonald picks it up, and McDonald will clear it all the way down. Nice play there by McDonald. Back into the Bruins zone. 20 seconds here to go. Brewer spins it back. McDonald to the line, not out. Back down low. Up ahead. McDonald now. McDonald gets it out to center, plays it back into the Charger zone. 58 seconds here to go in the Bruin penalty kill. And Chargers bring it into the zone, and that's whistled down for the end of the period. So at the end of the 1, 0-0. We'll have 53 seconds of power play time carrying over. And a good thank you to my friend Ron for keeping me hydrated. You gotta have chops.
You don't like that.
If my mouth gets dry, it's hard to call a game. So, thank you, Ron.
Right. I don't think that happens, right?
They're hanging tonight, though.
Box number 7.
All right, way to get the second period underway here. 53 seconds of kill time here for your Bruins. Picked off there for a moment by Gray. Chargers going back the other way. They enter the zone. Shot up high and over the net. Towards the net. Puck's loose in the slot. Knocked down by Gray. Gray gets a stick on it. Puck. I think Bozier got a piece of that one on the way to the net. And puck comes out to center ice, picked up there by the Chargers. Chargers play it ahead, picked off there by Wessel. Wessel, that's a hook. That's a hook all day. We're not going to call it, though. Gray plays it down low. And played up ahead. Chargers hit the line, 2-on-2. Gostner steps up on a player there. Now she'll go back to retrieve. Gostner, wide side to Zaworski. Zaworski loses it or skates for a moment. Chargers get possession, walking out front. Shot wide of the net. Dangerous opportunity there. Probably best of the night for the Chargers. Picked off there by Zeng. Chargers work it around behind. Try and work it out front. Zaworski steps up there. Zaworski forces a player off the puck. Good body contact there. Not a body check, but good body contact by Zaworski to take the player off the puck. Chargers work it back to the blue line. Shot towards the net. That was deflected down just wide. Bruins need a clear here. This is the long change period, remember. Much harder. And Zaworski releases the pressure valve with that icing. Sometimes there's a good time for an icing. That was a great time for an icing. Bruins were tired, out there for a long shift. McDonald, Brewer out there now. Zhang, Berger, McCormick. Zhang to take the draw. Zhang wins it back. Play it up the near side to Berger. Berger skates with it up ahead to Zhang. Zhang crosses at the line with McCormick. Zhang tries to go skate through a couple, then has to take it off her stick. McDonald steps up. Chargers are coming back though, 2-on-1 the other way. Back check of McCormick breaks that up. Bozier steers that aside. Puck comes back to the blue line. They work a D-to-D at the line. Shot towards the net. Gloved and held by Bozier. So these two teams trading blows early. DeFelice, Osborne, Leeser out there now. Osborne to take the draw. One back there, picked up there. Far boards, DeFelice. DeFelice tries to spring Leeser. Leeser on the forecheck. Held in there by the Chargers on their back check. And now the Chargers, big gun, 44, picks that up. Puck rolls to the net. And that's going to be gloved down by the goaltender and held. 12-17 here to go. Osborne to take the draw. Puck's loose out front, picked up there by the Chargers. Chargers come back the other way. Oh, steps around Brewer at the blue line. Nice recovery there by Brewer, centered out front. Puck's loose in front. And a goal by the Chargers just trickled in. So Chargers take an early 1-0 lead. Losowitz, Gray, Zaworski. Gosser and Jennings back there. Somebody's buying beers after the game. As the referee dumped down. Zaworski plays it up the near boards. Zaworski tries to dig it out now. Played back down low behind the net. Jennings picks it up. Jennings up ahead. Gray. Gray tries to spring a player. Losowitz picks it up. Leaves there for Zaworski. Gray enters the zone. Gray settles it down. Tries to play it across. Picked off there by the Chargers. Back out to center. And Chargers play it back into the Bruins zone. Gosner has it there. Gosner up ahead to Jennings. Jennings taking off the puck for a moment. Gosner goes around to Zaworski. Zaworski bodied off there. Puck goes wide of the net. And it's picked up by Gray near side. Gray gets zone entry. Tries to walk it to the middle. And back out the center. Bruins play it in, but they did not have the blue line, so that'll be an icing on the Bruins. We'll get a defensive zone draw here. Looks like we'll bring out Jones, Wessel, Berger, Zeng, and McCormick for this defensive zone draw here. 10:35 here to go, second period. Zeng to take the draw. Zeng takes the draw, one back to the point by the Chargers. Played down low. Wessel comes up with it now. Wessel. Dug out there. Wessel digs it out, fights through a hook. Wessel draws a penalty there. Wessel up ahead. McCormick. McCormick plays it into the zone. This will be blown dead the second the Chargers touch it. Bruins to the power play. Good job there by Wessel. Wessel draws the hook. We'll call it a high stick. Either way, Bruins heading to the power play, their first power play here of the evening. 2-minute power play coming up here for your Bruins. 10:08 to go, second period. Face off to the left of the Charger goaltender. Gray, Zaworski, Losowitz, Berger, and McDonald out here for this first power play unit. Gray to take the draw. Picked up there by the Chargers. Chargers played around, near side. Weird bounce off the boards there. Berger able to hold. Back to McDonald. McDonald shot and gloved and held by the goaltender. Minute 45 here to go in the Bruin power play. Face off to the right of the Charger goaltender. It'll be Gray stepping in for the draw here. Gray takes the draw, tied up. Chargers win it back. Up the boards to the line. Held there by McDonald. Leaves there for Berger. Berger shot and goal! Bruins power play goal. Berger snipes it from the top of the circle. We have a 1-1 game here. With 9:40 here to go. All right, Zeng to take the draw here. Zeng to take the draw. Up ahead, Berger. Berger has to take it off her stick. Chargers come back the other way, 2-on-1 possibly. McDonald forces the player wide, centered out front. Bozier tries to cover. Puck's loose. And Bruins come back the other way. Bruins play it back into the Charger zone. Dug out there by Brewer, up ahead to Zeng. Zeng leaves there for McCormick. McCormick shot. Oh, just wide of the net. McCormick got a lot on that one. Berger picks it up now. Berger centers it out front. Berger tied up below the dots behind the net. Zeng comes into support. Chargers look to break it out. Now they do. Picked up there. McDonald. McDonald bodied off the puck. 2-on-1 here for the Chargers. Shot. And off the post. Centered out front. And centered out front. Towards the net. Steered aside by Bozier off the tip attempt. Leeser knocked down there. Puck goes in on Bozier. Held and covered. .8:27 here to go, second period. And that goes in on Bozier. Apparently we didn't want that goal because we're running the scoreboard. Didn't put it up. Let the Chargers think they're up. Up ahead. That goes past the stick of Leeser. Chargers go back to pick it up there. And hops the stick. of Gosner. Jennings picks it up now. Jennings skates with it. Jennings gets the red line. Jennings brings it in. Puck's right underneath us, which always seems to be the case. Played back in the zone. Bruins will touch up there on the offsides, delayed offsides. And Chargers look to break it out. Played out to center into the Bruin zone. No icing there. Centered out front. Broken up there by the stick of Gosner. Gosner leaves near side for Jennings. A little too far though. And it's played back down low. Gosner leaves for Jennings. Jennings up the near boards. Charger player steps up. Saved by Bozier. DeFelice off her stick. Back into the zone. Gosner up ahead. Bruins penned up in their own zone here. Jennings leaves there for DeFelice. DeFelice plays it up off a skate. Not out. Puck's loose in the slot. Saved by Bozier. DeFelice to the line. And that puck finally makes it out of the zone. And Chargers come back the other way. Bruins get some new forwards out there, but steered aside by Bozier. Bruins need one more player. Bruins only have 4 out there right now. Somebody's got to make the jump over the boards, and it's picked up there. Losowitz stepping off the bench. Losowitz tries to drive it to the middle. Picked off there by the Chargers. Nice play there by Wessel to get in there to break that up. Puck's loose in the slot. Now back to the line, blocked down. And that'll be whistled down as it was off a stick up into the rafters. So Jones and Wessel out there. Losowitz centering Gray and Zaworski for this defensive zone draw. 5:46 here to go. Losowitz to take the draw back to the point. Shot towards the net. Wessel had her player tied up. Wessel getting handcuffed there. And it's picked up there. Oh, just out of the reach of Zaworski. Steered aside by Bozier. Jones ties her player up. And it's picked up there. Zaworski. Zaworski tries to go cross ice. Picked off there by the Chargers. Up ahead. Picked off there. Jones. Intercepted by the Chargers. Wessel picks that off. Up ahead. And Zaworski now brings it down the line. Zaworski shot on net and a save by the goaltender. Zeng to take the draw, back to the point. McDonald shot. Oh, goaltender did not see that, but McDonald put that over the net. Played up and back out to center ice. Picked up there, McDonald. Back into the Bruin zone. Picked up there, Berger. Berger will skate with it. Berger tries to play it into the zone. Picked off there by the Chargers. Dumped into the Bruin zone. McDonald picks it off there. McDonald ties up. Puck's loose on the back of the net. McDonald up ahead to McCormick. McCormick ties up with the player. Chargers played out the center. Icing's waved off, and it should be. As Chargers could have played it. Zang in on the forecheck. Chargers trying to spring a player there, but Brewer intercepts that. Brewer leaves there for DeFelice. Picked up there, McDonald. McDonald. McDonald spin with it now. McDonald gets zone entry. Leeser gets it. Bruins will have to touch up. We'll sync up the clock here in a minute. We're at like 3:30 here to go in the period. Next whistle will sync it up. And played back into the Bruins zone. Brewer picks it up there. Brewer skates it with it behind her own net. Brewer tied up for a moment. And puck comes out to center. Chargers try and play to the zone. That's off a Bruin player. Almost a pick-off there for DeFelice. She was going the other way with it if she could pick that off. But Chargers will regroup. Chargers get zone entry. Chargers walking in out front. Opportunity here for the Chargers. Shot in the goal. So 2:58 here to go, second period. Chargers take the 1-goal lead. Bruins will need to dig themselves out of a hole here. Losowitz to take the draw, wins it back. Gosler tries to play ahead to Zaworski. Picked off there by the Chargers. Players battle along the board. Zaworski digs it out. Zaworski goes across to Gray. That was close. That was close. Thank you. That was close. Losowitz takes the draw. Dug out there by the Chargers. Chargers play it towards the net, steered aside. Losowitz blows the tire there. Puck comes out into the slot, tied up there by Zaworski. Shot towards the net, steered aside by Bozier. Jennings picks it up there, taken off her stick though. And puck comes out to center, picked up there by the Chargers. Chargers shot. That takes a weird bounce off the boards. We get a quick whistle. Zeng to take the draw, back to the point. Shot towards the net. That goes wide. Picked off there. Chargers walking to the middle. Shot wide of the net. Wessel picks it up there. Wessel and Zeng battle down low. Wessel able to kick it to herself up ahead to Berger. Back to the point. Chargers able to hold. Jones goes down there to pick it up. Jones up the boards, up ahead to McCormick. McCormick plays it out to center. McCormick tries to go ahead to Berger. Picked off there. Chargers are coming back the other way. And it's picked off there by Berger as Jones stood the player up coming into the zone. Berger walks it in. Berger shot off a stick. They're heading off for a change. Jones able to hold the blue line. Puck comes back to Leeser. Picked off there by Brewer. Brewer tries to play it ahead. Chargers get possession. Now the Chargers dig it out. Brewer steps up. Shot on net. Saved by Bozier. Puck's played around. Near side. And it's picked up there by Leeser. Leeser up ahead. DeFelice. DeFelice tries to backhand out of the zone. That shot goes wide into the corner. In the skates of Jones. Jones plays it around behind DeFelice. Brewer picks it up now. Brewer plays it up and out of the zone. Icing's waved off. All right, face-off underway here for the third period. Bruins play it ahead. Chargers pick it up there. They'll look to break it out. They get center ice. They'll play it in deep. They got a one-goal lead here, so it won't be stupid with the puck. Picked up there over the stick of Zaworski. McDonald picks it up there. McDonald up ahead. Gray up ahead. Zaworski leaves there for Losowitz. Losowitz tries to chip it into the zone, and that's off a stick into the bench. 14:23 here to go. Bring the face-off outside the Charger zone here. Lady Bruins trailing 2-1. Zeng to take the draw. They tie up down there. Dug out there by the Chargers. Chargers play it behind their net. McCormick in on the forecheck. McDonald steps up there. Puck comes out to center. Brewer picks it up. Brewer surveys. Tries to go cross ice. Berger plays it into the zone. Steal by McCormick. McCormick throws on the brakes. Tries to go out front. Oh, hops the stick of Berger in the slot. That was the opportunity the Bruins were looking for. Chargers come back the other way. Shot wide of the net. Puck's played up ahead. Picked up there. McCormick. McCormick goes across to Berger. Berger brings it in the zone. Berger. Shot. Steered aside by the goaltender. Nice shot there by Berger. Puck's loose in the corner. Berger centers out front. That's broken up by the defense of the Chargers. And they'll play it out to center. Stolen there by McDonald. McDonald trying to catch the Chargers on a change. Nifty little move there by McDonald. Just rolls off her stick at the last second, though. 13:06 here to go. We'll get a offensive zone draw here for the Bruins. Osborne, DeFelice, Leeser, Jennings, and Gossner out there now. Osborne to take the draw. One there by the Chargers. Gosner steps up, tries to hold. That comes out to center. And this should go all the way down for an icing. And it does. So in the face-off back in the Charger zone here. 12:55 here to go. Third period. Bruins down 1. Osborne for this offensive zone draw. Osborne ties it up. Osborne digs it out. Puck goes towards the net. Leeser trying to get her stick free to get a stick on it, but it's broken out here by the Chargers. Chargers come back the other way. Gosner steals it, plays it ahead, back into the zone. Jennings will go back there to retrieve. Jennings leaves there for Gosner. Shot goes wide of the net. Picked up there, Leeser. Leeser tries to work it around near side. Chargers still able to hold. In the slot, shot up high and over the net. Not where we want to let the Chargers get the puck loose from. Jennings able to tie that player up. Picked up there by Osborne. Osborne will skate with it now. Osborne up ahead to Gray. Gray gets the blue line. Onside at the line. Gray on her backhand. Backhands it out front. Glove saved by the goaltender and held. 11:57 here to go, third period. Bruins down 1. Losowitz, Zaworski, Gray, Jennings, Gosner out there now. Losowitz to take the draw. One there by the Chargers. Picked off for a moment by Zaworski out to center. Gosner works it back to Jennings. Jennings up ahead, tipped into the zone by Gray, so icing's waved off. Good tip there by Gray to wave off to negate the icing. And Losowitz will pick it up there. Losowitz settles it down. Centered out front off the stick of Jennings. Jennings has it now. Jennings over to Gray. Up ahead to Losowitz. Jennings up ahead. Chargers pick it off there. They work it back into the Bruin zone. Gosner wins the race to the puck. Gosner back to the line. Shot wide of the net. Puck comes near side now, towards the net, picked off there by Gosner to the line, not out. Shot, knocked out on the way to the net by Gosner. Bruins having a hard time getting the puck out of the zone. Jennings picks it up now. Jennings to Gray. Gray up ahead to Losowitz.
You have 3 feet to go.
No, I don't.
And that wasn't icing.
No, it wasn't right.
Ron. We can all be harder on our own kids. I'll leave it at that. Zhang here to take the draw. Zhang to take the draw. Picked up there by Wessel. Wessel up the near boards. Held in there by the Chargers. Shot blocked down by Jones. Wessel plays it to the line. Held in there by the Chargers. Chargers try and work it out front. Now it's picked up by Berger. Berger up ahead trying to spring McCormick. Just off her stick. Good forecheck there by McCormick. Chargers come back the other way. Centered out front, broken up there by Wessel. And picked up there by Wessel. Wessel working her magic there. Gets the blue line. Tries to sidestep through another. Chargers are coming back the other way. Good defensive play there by the Bruins. Bozier will make that save from 20 feet out. Osborne, Leeser out there now. McDonald, Brewer. Up ahead, DeFelice. DeFelice played out to center on the stick of Osborne. Osborne plays it back into the Charger zone. Chargers pick it up there. They try and go back the other way. This should be an icing. All right, and we'll get bonus hockey because somebody didn't start the clock. Ice time is valuable. That was at least $25 of ice time, that 15 seconds. It didn't run off the clock. Back to the point. McDonald. Blocked down by the Chargers, though. Play it out. They'll come back the other way. They hit the line 2-on-2. They're okay to play dump hockey. Shot towards the net, knocked down by Brewer. Brewer off the skate of Leeser, back into the Bruin zone. Brewer up ahead, DeFelice. Nice cross-ice exit there. DeFelice plays it in deep. Bruins will get a change. Gray in on the forecheck. Chargers able to break the pressure, though. They'll hit the line 2-on-3. Brewer forces the player wide. Nice poke check there by Brewer. Brewer ties up there. Losowitz comes in to support, and it's dug out there by Losowitz. Losowitz now plays it ahead. Played right back into the Bruin zone, over the stick of McDonald. McDonald up ahead to Gray. Nice stretch pass there. Gray has it on her backhand, throws it out front. Over the stick of Zaworski. And puck comes back into the Bruin zone. Jennings will give chase there. Chargers win the race to the puck. Jennings ties the player up in the corner, though. McDonald digs it out. Jennings will skate with it out. Jennings tries to take it up the boards. Jennings trying to play like a bull in a china shop there. Puck comes near side. Zaworski. Zaworski tries to sidestep a player. Picked off there by the Chargers. McDonald picks it off, though. McDonald gets it one. Losowitz in the slot. Losowitz shot just wide of the net. Losowitz got a lot on that one. Puck comes out to center. Held in there by Jennings. I think the coaches for the Chargers disagree, but we will play on. Zaworski battles behind the net, tries to center out front to Losowitz. Back to the point. Jennings shot towards the net. That goes off a skate. Didn't make it all the way in. Jennings holds. Jennings able to hold. And puck comes out to center. Picked up there. McCormick. McCormick slides it in. And Chargers look to release the pressure valve. Smart icing there, honestly. 6:25 here to go, third period. Bruins down one. Zeng, McCormick, Berger, Gossner, Jennings out there now. Zeng to take the draw. One there by the Chargers. Chargers have been really strong in the dot tonight, winning a lot of face-offs, using their size and strength. Picked up there by Jennings. Jennings taking off the puck. Jennings able to dig that one out, though. Zeng comes in to support. Zeng ties up there. Jennings tries to dig it out. Chargers center it out front. Puck's loose now in the slot. Bozier able to steer it aside. Center it out front. Broken up there. Shot. And it's picked up there by McCormick. McCormick with Zeng going back the other way. Onside at the line. McCormick tries to center to Zeng. Zeng loses a glove, though. And puck's coming back the other way. Jones leaves, far boards for Wessel. Puck comes out of the zone, played right back into the Bruins zone. Picked up there by Osborne. Osborne. Up ahead, DeFelice kicked aside. Jones picks that up. Leaves there, DeFelice up ahead. Zone exit to Leeser. Leeser down the far wing. Leeser shot towards the net, just wide. Osborne in. Osborne centers it out front. Saved by the goaltender. And Chargers play it back into the Bruins zone. Brewer picks it up there. So Wessel's sitting off to the side. We hope Wessel's okay. So looks like the Bruins are down defenseman. Losowitz to take the draw here. 4:09 to go, third period. Up ahead, Zaworski to the line. Shot towards the net, knocked down by Bozier. And Chargers take a 3-1 lead. That took a deflection on the way to the net. I don't think Bozier had much of a chance of that. I can't tell if that was a little bit of friendly fire or if that was off a stick of a Charger player, but regardless, Bruins are down 3-1 here with 3:56 here to go. Losowitz to take the draw. Back to McDonald. McDonald tries to play it ahead. Chargers bring it into the zone. Shot up high and over the net. Chance there for the Chargers to make this a 3-goal lead. Brewer digs it out. Broken up there by McDonald and a save by Bozier. McDonald and Brewer out there. Let's see. Zeng to take the draw. Zeng wins the draw. Controlled there by Brewer. Brewer tries to stretch it ahead. That puck comes out of the zone. Chargers will have to touch up. Picked up there by Brewer behind the net. Brewer tries to leave there for McDonald. McDonald with a head of steam. Nice poke check there by the Chatfield forward. And take it off McDonald's stick. McDonald up ahead to McCormick. McCormick drops to Zeng. Zeng shot on net and saved by the goaltender. 2:48 here to go. Bruins down 2. Osborne, Leeser, DeFelice out there now. Osborne to take the draw. Puck pops loose in front of the net. And out to center. Picked up there by Jennings. Jennings. She'll skate with it now. Jennings. Lots of pressure by the Chargers. And up ahead. Out to center. Chargers get possession there. Leeser forces a player wide. Now they're walking back to the middle. Shot. Kick saved by Bozier. Picked up there. Osborne. Up ahead to Leeser. Leeser uses the glass. Kick back into the zone now. Osborne has it. Osborne has it now. Tries to play it in deep. And back into the Bruins zone. Gray will pick it up there and negate the icing. Gray up ahead. DeFelice. DeFelice plays it up ahead. Picked off there by the Bruins. Sorry, by the Chargers. And Chargers content to play it right back into the zone. Jennings picks it up there. Jennings up the far boards. Chargers look to center it out front now. And Losowitz comes in to pick that off. Losowitz up ahead. DeFelice. DeFelice. Jennings picks it up now. Jennings gets the red line. Thrown into the Charger zone. And with a minute 7 here to go. It was 57 seconds.
It was.
Yeah. Losowitz to take the draw. Back to the point. Jones steps up, holds in there at the line. Jones able to hold the line. And out to center. Jones wins the race to the puck, and that's played back into the bench by the Chargers. 35.9 here. We'll call it 36 on my clock. Face off back here at center ice. Back to Jones. Jones goes up ahead to Gray. Gray gets stumped there. Rolls in on Bozier. Leaves there for Jones. Jones to McCormick. Jones leaves there for Wessel. Good to see Wessel back on the ice. Almost stolen there by the Chargers. Wessel. Up ahead to Zhang. 8 seconds to go. And we're off sides at the line. 4 seconds here to go.
I'm gonna trip you.
How come we always beat you guys?
Why?
And that'll be it. 3-1 your final score here. Chargers beat your Lady Bruins. We'll be back here next weekend. Until then, guys.